Yeah. Oh yeah. Guess what? I slept naked. Yeah, I slept naked, and if it wasn't for the fucking bed bugs biting me, it wasn't really bed bugs. They were mites. They're mites. They're called chiggers from outside. So I ended up getting a broom and sweeping them off, or most of them at least. And I had to take my socks off. Like by the time I got done laying in bed, I threw my socks out. I took my underwear off, and I threw my underwear too. And yeah, I had a dream. I had a whole clothing adventure. Like I was walking the streets, and then I was in these trailer houses. They were all connected to each other, but like when I was walking the streets, it was like a subdivision with brick homes and stuff. Like, the brick homes, the American made brick homes that are just made with little, like, they're not even 2x4s anymore. They're like one 1.75s by 3.5s or something. Now my eyes itching. Anyway, anyway, I was there's these folks like riding a monster truck. Like they was riding a monster truck like down the street. Like I could hear it. But I was like looking for clothes up in these people's houses. It was weird. And everything was cool. Like I even found a bag of weed. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a bag of weed in a pocket, like in somebody's. It was in somebody's pocket in their pants. But yeah, like I'd had a book bag on, and I was like stuffing my book bag with clothes. And then towards like the end of the dream, towards the end of the dream, it was like I was trying on these shoes, and then one of them was too big, and then one of them was too small, and I just said fuck it. Just said fuck it. They were like the first one was like some dress shoes, and the second one was like some cowboy boots. And like towards the end of the dream, like I was hiding like right behind this couch. And then I was like afraid to like walk out, so I just by the time they got off the couch, I was like I dipped out through the window. Like I jumped out through the window. And then I jumped out through the window and I took off running. I took off running. Yeah, but that was a strange dream. That was a strange dream. It was an adventure. It was basically just an adventure. You know how you have dreams that are like training? It was a bit like, yeah, it's a simulation. Dreams are the true simulation. Life is not a simulation. Life is real, y'all. Don't don't believe that life is a simulation. It is not a fucking simulation. Your dreams are a simulation. Your dreams are a simulation. Even if you think that something's bad is gonna happen, like I was talking about last night, like a premonition and count your blessings and stuff. Like later on after I said that, I started thinking that, well, if I would have had the truck and not traded it in for the PT Cruiser when I was drunk, I wouldn't have been, I probably wouldn't have been trying to cruise around in my truck. You know, just because I had a new car, I was like when I was drunk, I was like chilling in there, like wanting to cruise around in it, you know? So it's really the car's fault why I wrecked, but it was my fault. But the car saved me because it was like half of an egg. You know how all the cars these days are basically half of an egg. Because we try to, because you got to give yourself some credit, okay? You are a very advanced spiritual being. That's why you have premonitions in your dreams that come true. It's not from God. I don't think people know what God is. They've tried to figure it out for thousands of years. It's so hard. Like, even with today's, like, in case you haven't listened to the newer folks, okay? They don't really believe in religion anymore. They don't. They're still questioning whether or not there's a God or not. If you've listened to true geniuses, like Jaron Lanier, like that renowned atheist, that other guy, like, man, there's been so many people. But like with Jaron Lanier, the godfather of VR, he questions whether or not there is God. Like, he's like, what is out there? Like, is it a geek behind, you know, is it like a geek behind the simulation or something? Like, they're still trying to figure out what God is. Because when they look with the microscopes and with the telescopes, like, it goes as far in with the microscope than it does with the telescope. Like, there's a little world down there. Just like how there's a big world out there. And they're still trying to find life on other planets, and they're all dead. Like, their solar systems are dead. Like, their stars are heavily flawed. And, like, galaxies are colliding with each other. Like, they figure that out over millions or billions of years. They collide with each other, and then they recreate another galaxy with the solar system. Solar systems. It's so complex. Like, it's so complex, and like there's so much like life and death. It's like never ending. Like, it just looks like it's never ending. So like with our little planet, like, it makes us feel just insignificant. Like, it makes us feel really small. You know? It's like, if there is something out there that's behind this force of life and death and recreation and rebirth, it's something that we don't know about. I don't think it'd be one man. No. And who made man? A woman. And who made woman? They used to say God did it. Now they believe in evolution. We're monkeys. I'm an ape. Even those ancient Sumerians, they thought that we was created by some man, some people, like some people with technology just creating a slave race to mine gold. And you know what? I think that's just an excuse to get your ass out there in that pit and dig for some gold. That's what that is. I don't believe I don't believe that shit anymore. No, no, I ain't no genetically modified being. No, I'm a domesticated animal. That's what I believe. I don't believe I got clamped DNA where I can't live a long time. No, look at all the animals. They don't live a long time either. The plants live longer than we do. The plants live longer than we do. But we're blessed with a brain. We're blessed with a brain. You should appreciate your brain. I was outside last night and I woke up with a cold virus in my lungs. Then I started thinking, you know what? You know who didn't make a virus? Russia. They never said the virus came from Russia. Russia was all good, remember? Remember? Where'd they say it came from? China. And who was the one that made it first? Well, they say America in the 50s and 60s. That's when they first invented coronaviruses. You know, I don't even know if this stuff's real or true. You know, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet, but yet it kind of starts to make sense after a little while, you know? There you go with the conspiracies, Joey. No. I was listening to them folks about how they were shadow banned and all kind of stuff. It had me worried. It had me worried. Can't even say VACC blah 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 blah. It's like they got people talking in code now. They can't even say the real stuff. You know what I'm saying? They wanted all y'all to get the you know what. The drug. And then after a while, Fauci was like saying it only lasted 2 weeks. So it's like at first they said you was good for a long time. Then they said, well, you got to get one every month. Man, we only get a flu shot once a year, man. Nobody even want to get a flu shot anymore. Y'all remember that? There's some folks that are really weak. And they have to get the flu shot or they die. So, by the time they made that shot, a whole bunch of people already died. You know, I got an uncle, he had 4 of them shots. And he's just a truck driver. How many people died from that? From the virus? How many people died from the virus? Millions? They thin the herd, y'all. It don't feel too good. It don't feel too good. I don't trust in them anymore. I think a lot of people don't. And then how many people got sick from the shot? They say hundreds of thousands. It might be more. I don't know. They say they was covering up the statistics. Just how like they over-exaggerated on the deaths from the you know what, from the cerveza sickness. They exaggerated the deaths on that too, like they was talking about that. See, now my chest feel all tight right here. I got that cold, y'all. I'm sick. I got sick from just being outside last night. And it's in the morning. I hope y'all have a good day. Y'all have a good day, man. I woke up thinking about the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5, it's like they only have to work like 6 hours. And then people that have a hard job, it's like they're working 9, 10 hours. Like they're gone. Remember when we was in school, it was like we was only doing school like 8 hours. So the people that have 9 to 5, they actually have less work than we did when we was in school. Because my clock is stuck on like 12 minutes before 9. And then like I've had this thing on my wall. I've had this thing on my wall that is from my mom about college. For years, and like I haven't even wanted to go to college. Except for maybe business. Well, I thought about something easy. It was just $500 to become a truck driver. And then I did see something about hydraulics from another college. Because I love hydraulics. Not the kind for lowrider cars, but, you know, hydraulics on tractors. Like, I love that stuff. I really appreciate it, and I realize that it's just a pump. Yeah, I've taken them out before. Like, I've taken out hydraulic pumps. They're fucking heavy. It took like 2 or 3 people just for us to get it out. Like, we could barely fit in there. But it was like 2 of us holding it. Like, I've replaced a pump all by myself before. Some of them are pretty small. Folks will never understand your story. When you try to explain how you feel in your life, folks will never understand. There's negative folks. There's positive folks that'll reassure you, and there's negative folks that'll criticize you. And the negative folks, they're pretty dumb. They're pretty dumb. And, the positive folks, they're smart. They're smart. They see your potential. The dumb folks, they'll never see your potential. Ever. Ever. They don't get it. But sometimes they are positive. They will be positive sometimes. But it's very rare, you know? So don't stress too much about it. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, because it just creates heart disease. You gotta take life one step at a time. You can't just be trying to force yourself to do all them things. That's how you get burnt out. Y'all get burnt out early, I know. By the time y'all like 25 or something. If things don't go right, y'all put all that pressure on yourselves. Y'all about ready to give up. I know. It done took me a long time to realize that. Whoa. Just drank me some juice with some blackberry cranberry. Man, when this thing disconnects and reconnects, it really throws me off. So what I did was I went and got me a couple cookies, some juice because my chest hurts, and some coffee. Well, they say that, like, if you let your body temperature get below a certain temperature, like if you get cold, you can get sick just by getting cold like that. And I was cold last night just with that shirt and that denim jacket, that blue jean jacket. Like, this is way warmer right here. It's got plastic fur or cotton mimicking fur. But no, my chest feel tight. I don't know like what kind of sickness you can get. Like, how does it feel if you just get cold and you get sick from just being cold and not a virus? Is that why they call the cold the cold? Is that why they call a cold the cold? Because if you just get too cold, you'll get sick. But it's hurting up in here though. That's what make me feel like it's a virus. The viruses are out in nature, in the air. They can go in your ear and give you an ear infection. Ow, that hurts. That's why I drank me some juice. I don't want to get real bad sick. Like, I had the flu back in December. Or January or February, I forgot. I swear it was February. Oh man, I'm so beautiful naked, and my time is running out. Once we get in our 40s, our ass starts to sag. It's alright. I don't give a fuck if my ass cheeks looks a little long. My balls actually hang down longer. I was asleep naked and I was like I had my hands on my balls. I was like, damn, my balls are big. uh, yeah, I got some big old balls, but I swear, when I have an orgasm, when I bust a nut, I get tired. They make me super tired. Then I realized, I found out they get, like when you have an orgasm, it releases a bunch of vitamins and nutrients. It's like part of you leaves your body, it's like sperm, to make a baby or whatever. Like it's, and I was like, oh, so that's why like I get so tired. That's why I get so tired after a nut. But we can't hold that in. We can't hold that in all our life. We get cancer. It just doesn't make any sense. You know? It's not good to hold that stuff in. You know, I don't want to get testicular cancer. Damn, my chest hurt. Like, I heard if you just sit still and don't do anything, you could get cancer. It just makes more sense to, like, get up, move around, exercise, masturbate, sleep naked. Ow! Ow, my chest hurt. Ow. I couldn't sleep. I mean, I slept for like 3 hours. Like 3.5 hours. Because I wanted to stay up last night. It was from the other night. Like, I'd pulled close to an all-nighter, like... Ah, my chest fucking hurts. I know it ain't from just working out yesterday, because I did some bench incline. Part of me feels like I'm weak. No, I'm strong, though. I thought I was strong. When I was little, I used to be running around everywhere. I would get sick sometimes, though, yeah. Y'all buy some NyQuil, buy some Dayquil. I don't really know about Dayquil. Well, my kidneys was hurting on the Dayquil, the pill. But the NyQuil, that syrup, was a lot better. Y'all buy some NyQuil for next year by the time you get sick again. So you have some of that stuff so you don't cough so much, because that coughing started hurting. It started hurting. Like an uncontrollable cough. It's terrible. And the NyQuil saved me from coughing. See, I appreciate science. That's one thing I appreciate about science, is cough medicine. Cough drug. It ain't medicine, it's a drug. There ain't nothing about medicine in that cough syrup. It's a drug. Those are drugs. You see? What's medicine is food. Food is medicine. The sun is medicine. You gotta look at it like that. Everything that they label medicine, like Big Pharma, those are drugs. Cannabis is medicine. Weed is medicine. But it gotta be good weed. It can't be polluted like some of the corn, you know, like some of this, like some of those, like the Monsanto stuff, like how they be spraying pesticides on the crops. That just ruin it. It just ruin it. That stuff makes the, like, it makes the bugs' bellies explode. but it just ain't enough left. We're a lot bigger than a little bug. But they say that it gives people leaky gut syndrome. You don't want to have leaky gut syndrome. So how do you fix it? Like, I already listen to these doctors on YouTube. Like, you fix it with sauerkraut. Sauerkraut, you know, fermented cabbage. Just eat some of that and it'll fix your leaky gut. You gotta take care of your stomach. And, you know, you could just put some sauerkraut in the blender. Blend it and just drink it, like a little cup like this. It don't have to be a lot. So I appreciate Germany for... Man, those Filipinos have better internet than we do. Over here in America. Jeez. I got chigger bites on my ankle. I'd rather play Ride 4 than SnowRunner. But I'm telling you, I barely play these games anymore. I'll just leave it on here for music. It ain't even funny. It's Friday. Yeah, get off work and take a nap. Just ain't the same anymore. Alright, I'll try to qualify. Harley Davidson bike, street bike. They don't have very many street bikes on this game. It's just a bunch of racing bikes. It really sounds like it too. They have real bike sounds. The transmission, everything, it's real. It's just so fucking hard. You really gotta be dedicated to this game to be good at it. You can't just play it and then play another game and play another game and come back to it. It don't work like that. Wrecked his bike and he was in a coma for like a week. Can't even have fun on a bike, man. On the highways there'd be a pothole. Like there could be a little pothole, fucking throw you off. Because there's big trucks, like, always driving on the roads. That's how the potholes get there. Laguna Seca in California. There's a racetrack in California. It's called Laguna Seca. inches. Oh fuck! I almost went off the track. I did go off the track a little bit. Corkscrew. Yes, I passed it. Harley Davidson XG 750A Street Rod 2019. Why would they have a name so long? The name's too long. Reward bike, KTM 390R 2019. See, if y'all haven't played this game, you're really missing out on all these bikes, but like it's an MMO, you have to play the game so much just to get enough money in the game to buy new bikes. But if you want the shortcut route, they have the DLC. There's plenty of bikes to buy. They're like $2, $3 each, or a pack of like 3 of them or something like that. Trying not to smoke a cigarette. My dick itches, yo. Alright. I'm good. Damn chiggers made. See, I feel a chigger right now. See, I don't even know if that's a chigger or it's just my head itching. But I swear they're so annoying. Can't even enjoy being outside and then coming inside and there's chiggers. So there's a routine. I was thinking about sprinkling baking soda all over my bed. Like up under the bed sheet on top of the mattress. And then, you know, before you go to bed, it's like, you might as well take a broom and sweep it. Then get your blankets and kind of go like this. And I swear, there's still some on there. So it's like, maybe that baking soda will help. I don't know why I'm having thoughts of, oh yeah, it's because of the baking soda. Like, I'm having thoughts of like a sand bed. You know how we used to have a water bed? What if it was a sand bed? You'd be sleeping in. You can make it how you want and just like sleep in some sand, right? Crazy idea, huh? It's crazy. But guess what? That's pretty interesting. Like if you have like a big house, or if you have like trailer houses that are connected to each other, you could just have one of those extra rooms with a sand bed. See, I be having random ideas like that, but like I never follow through. Like I don't ever follow through with them. And then having conversations with people, like I'll bring up some stuff like that and they'll be like, oh yeah, I thought about that one time. Well, I guess like it's cool to have a YouTube, because if you ever die, at least you have your YouTube that will be there. Because I really don't like traveling. Folks be dying when they be traveling. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I know. But feel good about something. Even if it's a fart, I got a fart right now, yo. Why hold it in, man? All those years in school holding in your farts, it just gave you a stomach cramp. My stomach used to be cramping so bad in school. Damn, that's a chigger right there on my ankle. Trying not to smoke a cigarette. I feel like taking another nap. Well, yeah, I only slept 3.5 hours. This game has really good music. Better than SnowRunner. Laguna Seca is a really good track, but there's no rest. There's no rest in between the curves. My favorite track of all time is Le Mans, and that's in France. Time I played Le Mans, but getting on Gran Turismo Sport, I remembered it. First memories of Laguna Seca was on Gran Turismo 2 or 1. But I swear, some of these older games like Nintendo 64, possibly Super Nintendo, they had some of these tracks on them, I just don't remember. test. There was so many times, like in school, growing up, that I just wanted to go back home and go to sleep. So bad. So many times. Why don't school just start at 9 o'clock? Why did we have to be there by 7? We got out at 3 o'clock anyways. I swear, I got a chigger on these socks. They raised us to be boring. They raised us to be fucking boring. It ain't that I'm boring. They just programmed us to be boring. Now my back itch. Yeah, they don't have very many, well, actually, no, they don't. They don't have very many American bikes. You know, there's not a lot of stuff made in America. Like, they only have a few Harley-Davidson bikes on this game, but the majority of the bikes are from Asia. And then they got the, y'all already know all the Asian bikes. Suzuki, Honda. They got all them bikes on here. Then the bikes, they got Ducati, BMW, KTM, Triumph. Triumph is the one from, like, United Kingdom. Now my legs are itching, man. It's some chiggers. Yeah, I'm gonna get up off here. Nasty cigarette, huh? It's good. Alright, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna get up off here. Y'all have a good one.